This is a.
I'm gonna try again.
Okay. So,
I actually traded. I actually did that.
Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you can hear the audio. We're gonna know in a few minutes. We're in downtown Los Angeles at Crypto Wendy's Lolli Meetup. And I think it seems like to me it's working. You're gonna have to tell me, guys. Let us know in the chat if you can hear us.
yes, we can. Yes,
We can hear us. Okay, guys, we're downtown in Los Angeles.
I am checking the chat. Where are we tuning in from?
We're doing this live?
Do you have a beer? Do you have a beer? Yes, we are, sir. We want everybody in.
Let me just preface this real quick. If you're watching this back at a later date, make sure you hit the notification button. It's going to be a lot more fun next time if you can be live with us. But we're just going to be chatting it up with people at this event. I want to talk to Crypto Wendy. I want to talk to Lolli, Elliot from FUD TV. This is a great stream to be a part of if you want to talk Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. What's up?
Martin says audio is good. Preston says got it.
Okay, we're live. Wendy, did you want to jump in now? And there is no pressure.
Let's wait. Come in, but let's wait 30 seconds to get everybody. We want maximum people.
When
here.
people watch this back later, they're only going to be watching this first interview before they,
Hey, what's up, Taz? Good to see you, man.
Guys, everybody hit the like button. This stream is going to be great. Austin, why did you want to come to this event in downtown Los Angeles tonight?
I like Lolli. I use Fold more, but I like Lolli.
We're going to have to ask him about
I like them both. I like them both.
Yeah, they're both good.
But free beer. Get a chance to see some crypto people in Los Angeles.
Actually, I'm surprised so many altcoin daily fans and cryptocurrency fans are in this event. We'll talk to some of them.
We have 20 people watching right now, so I feel the second one is taking a little longer to catch on.
Guys, everybody hit the like button. Let's get this video out there to as many people as possible. Crypto Stash, you know about him.
Yep.
I mean, I'm ready to just like begin talking to people, you know?
All right, let's bring Crypto Wendy on first.
Yeah, let's do it.
People are channeling in.
You want to move over a bit?
Do I stand right?
We used to have a chair. Oh, you can pull up that chair.
I can stand because I think I'm so short. I think if I stand and you guys sit, it's like terrible.
So I didn't know you guys were live.
Oh, no
Actually,
problem. We want
get you
everybody
closer to
in,
the microphone.
one
Austin,
at a
can you
time.
move so Wendy can sit there?
Yeah, you gotta get out of here. Also.
Please.
Okay.
Wendy, it's all you.
Thank
I'm
you.
still looking at the chat.
Okay. Hey, Wendy.
Hey, when you're done, we should do a picture. That's
We'll
what
do
I
a
came-
picture.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for inviting me to this event.
They are asking, where are we?
We're in downtown Los Angeles. Wendy, tell us about this event, please.
So this event, Alex, the founder and CEO of Lolli, he reached out to me because I do a bunch of different crypto events. They're always free.
What is Lolli?
Lolli is it's like a Chrome extension. You can go ahead and download it and make sure to use these gentlemen's ref link so they can go ahead and earn some Bitcoin.
There is one in the description.
Make sure you guys do that. Alex reached out to me because I do a lot of events in LA, and he wanted me to put together an event. And the cool thing about Lolli is it's a simple download. You go ahead and download it on your Chrome browser, and anytime you shop at a store that they are partnered with, you can go ahead and actually earn Bitcoin back, which is really, really cool.
That's crazy. That sounds to me like it's going to spearhead adoption.
Who knows?
Who knows? Either way, they're paying for the beer.
Yeah. So
Hey, Justin says, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
cheers.
Austin is keeping track of the chat.
Yeah, so they reached out to me, they want to do a meetup, and I went ahead and I know the people that own Boomtown, and they allow me to come do events here. And it was just a good thing, and it's fun, and we have a bunch of people back over there that are drinking beer and having fun, and Lolli is paying for beer. So if you guys are in LA and you did not come, you're missing out.
Javier says it sounds like gunshots in the background. That is the cornhole being played.
That is because FUD TV is back over there, and they are
Dominating, it sounds
dominating.
But I was actually surprised. People have come up to me saying, I've seen Altcoin Daily, I've seen Crypto Wendy. I'm surprised how many people actually show up to these things. That's crazy to meet Bitcoiners and crypto people in real life.
Well, there's about 40 people that showed up, which was a really, really good turnout. I'm excited, and I appreciate you guys taking the time to come. And
It's all good. I'm just gonna move the mic closer.
Oh, okay.
You don't need to pay attention to the
camera
computer.
Oh wait, so can they see
Oh
us?
shit! I did that accidentally.
Yes.
Austin, can they still see us?
It's on a 30-second delay, but it's about to go out.
So that's what I thought that That's what I thought.
You'll let us know.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was happening. So I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, my bad.
Because I do have a little bit of experience with streaming and whatnot.
You're a pro at live streaming. I'm still a newbie.
That is Crypto Wendy live.
I do. I used to live stream like 5 times a week, but I stopped doing that and I just do it on Sunday because it's easier to do.
Tilt it up a little.
I did a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, so I do live streams on Sundays. I take altcoin requests. I chart Bitcoin. I chart Bitcoin every
Now, what makes your channel different? Give us the pitch. I want to subscribe to Wendy. Why?
Well, I do.
I know I subscribe to you.
I think I give a different perspective. I break things down a little bit easier than other people do because I'm not tech smart or tech savvy at all. I'm just like a regular average mom, and I like Bitcoin. I like crypto. So I think I provide a little bit of different content there.
Do you watch different crypto YouTube channels?
I do watch you guys sometimes, and I do watch FUD TV sometimes.
Like, I'm not fishing for a compliment.
No,
Obviously, you're watching us.
No, I do sometimes.
But besides that, who else do you watch?
I like Crypto Zombie as well, and I do like BitBoy. BitBoy is actually a good friend of mine in real life.
He's a good guy.
Yes.
Good guy.
Right. You're always trying to get BitBoy's clout.
I am always chasing. Well, actually, he started out chasing mine, but he's almost got, I want to say, 1 million followers on TikTok now.
I know, that's crazy.
Yeah, we gotta do something about that.
Yeah.
Hey, so they're just saying cheers from India, cheers from everywhere. I guess maybe a question from a TA, because you would say.
Okay, sure. We can do a basic TA question. I can do that.
Okay. What are your thoughts on this market? It seems like Ethereum is really pumping, right?
Ethereum, I am very, very happy about that. So I margin trade and I also do spot swings. So when I say spot swings, it's more like long-term. Essentially, they're like long-term hodls. So I'll buy Bitcoin when it dumps. I'll wait and I'll set a target and I'll go ahead and flip it then. But I do both.
Like my limited trading is just trading like the cycles, I guess, from my limited one cycle experience.
So you're like a long-term swing trader.
You can't even call me a trader, but like that's the closest.
So you're just a hodler.
Yeah, I guess so. A bit like I'll get into alt positions, to earn more Bitcoin, right?
Exactly. That's why we trade alts, you guys.
Really? Is there any alts that you like fundamentally?
One of the ones that's my favorite, and I don't really mean to shill and don't buy this because I'm talking about it, but I really like MCO just because of the Crypto.com app.
I only know their marketing, which is great.
Well, the thing that I like about it the most is not really necessarily the coin, but the actual product that they have, because I do use a product. Anytime
What is their product?
So they have an app.
Crypto.com.
Crypto.com. So they have an app and they give you a card with the app.
Yeah.
So you can convert your Bitcoin or your whatever shitcoin you have. You can convert it over.
Don't swear. I don't mind that term, but I don't want to get demonetized because then YouTube's gonna not suggest this video.
This guy, he's always the stick.
I don't mind that term though. I'm just saying.
So your altcoins, you can actually pull. Let's say you trade on an altcoin and it goes 2 turns. You can take your profit, you can move it over to Crypto.com, you can cash it out into fiat or a stable coin, you can go ahead and use that card and actually buy stuff. So to me, it actually does have a usage. And if you stake a certain amount of their token, it gives, and I'm not being paid to talk about this at all, so just wanted to clarify that. But I do like it.
You've been hurt before by people accusing you of shilling altcoins.
Well, I do shill altcoins.
You do?
But she trades them.
I just saw you trading them.
I trade them, but I do sponsor content and stuff as well.
No, that's not shilling. That's like I do sponsor content, but I'm not shilling it.
Well,
We have a question.
Yeah.
What is your, Wendy, from a TA person, what is your exit strategy for the crypto market in general?
well, that's okay. So for the crypto market in general, that's kind of an in-depth question. Because when I'm trading alts, I'm looking primarily for good setups that I can go ahead and make a quick.
What is your TA strategy? Because there's all different kinds, right? You would know better than me. Like, what do you use?
Well, like the indicators I use,
Yeah,
so I like to use EMAs. I just started using those. I use EMA 20. I use EMA 9.
What is that? Estimated?
That is exponential moving
Exponential
average.
moving
So
average.
there's different types of moving averages. There's a regular moving average, which is pretty generic. Exponential moving average, which is a little bit faster than regular moving average.
So when that moving average is pointing up, you think the market's going up, or when it's going down, you think the market's going down?
Yes. So the cool thing about moving averages, you can kind of use them to gauge market sentiment, which I really like. One of my favorite indicators are the Bollinger Bands, and the reason why is they do measure volatility. So let's say you're getting a pinch at the top of the Bollinger Band, you can kind of expect for a reversal to occur because generally that's what happens because it does measure volatility. However, the middle part of the Bollinger Band, which is the simple moving average 20, it can go up or it can go down, and that kind of tells me what the market's doing. If it's pointed upward, if it's thrusting upward, and it's looking pretty strong,
Right.
that's telling me the market's bullish. If it's pointed downward, that's telling me we're in a bearish trend. but they also get little bends on the top or you know, the top or the bottom. So if you're starting to see like a little bend on a moving average.
Do you, sorry to interrupt, do you think like, all I see on crypto Twitter is people who are killing it trading. What do you think the real stats are? Do you think, because you actually do it.
I actually do trade.
Yeah.
So I did get wrecked today.
Everybody gets wrecked.
I had a long open and it didn't go as expected.
What exchange do you trade on?
I trade on different exchanges. So
is that taboo? Should I not have asked that?
No. Well, I actually right now I am on Femex. So one of the reasons why I like Femex is they offer sub accounts. The cool thing about sub accounts and a lot of cryptocurrency exchanges do not have is you can have a long. You can have.
Who's that?
That is, I think it's my friend Lucia. Lucia, my love.
Sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's okay. How are you?
Lucia, nice.
I'm Aaron. What is
Nice
it?
to meet you. Lucia.
Lucia?
Yeah.
Lucia.
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 Lucia. Yes, that's
Okay.
it.
Nice to meet you.
This is my friend Portia.
Hello.
They're with me.
If you guys want a beer, you can go to the bar and tell them you're with the Lolli party and they'll give you some beer.
What do you most like about crypto? Say it right
Yeah,
into
tell
the
them.
mic. Do you like
Freedom
anything?
of currency.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I love crypto.
Freedom of currency is found with which cryptocurrencies?
Pretty much anyone, really. I mean, you're not using fiat. You're electing to use whichever currency you like. So that's what I love about it.
Okay. So you actually use it as a medium of exchange?
I actually do. I use Spend Card.
Right into the mic.
I'm a big fan of Spend. Spend Card is incredible. They allow you to use your crypto.
Well, why would you spend it if you obviously have a hodl position?
Sure. So you can have both, right? You can hold it a little bit.
But you'd only spend it for like, oh man, I'm so cool spending my crypto, right? Like
Sure,
you're gonna replace it.
Could be.
I don't know. I'm asking.
You know, it could replace it. It could not. If you make enough to spend with your gains, that's great.
You're balling. You're balling.
Well, I
All
don't
right.
know.
That's awesome. I love it.
You know what the cool thing is that it's a very taboo subject in crypto is that there's not a lot of women in crypto, but we've got quite a few here.
I don't know,
So many
but
women.
there are women, but I
yeah.
think there's way more men, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
I look at
It's like a money thing, right? Like men are more about like
Well, they're more.
finances
I think
and
they're more
money.
analytical. Am I
Exactly.
wrong? I don't know.
I don't know, but I just want to kind of break that taboo because
I look at.
Totally.
I look
Wendy's a fucking badass.
Wendy's great.
She's the best.
I look at my analytics. It's okay.
Yeah.
Ass, I think is fine, but I don't know. It's just if YouTube demonetizes this, then just less people will see it. That's the only reason I care. I want more people to see this. But I look at my analytics and it's 95% guys. Like, what about yours?
mine too. I actually have 1% female that watch my channel.
Right. Not a lot.
It's amazing. So we're rare species, my
We're
girl.
trying to
Are
raise
you
that.
in crypto too?
Not yet, but I'm getting
About
about
to be, girl.
All right, go get yourself a beer. I want to finish talking to Wendy.
Let's go to beer.
Wendy, I come to you, and I want to get Alex from Lolli in.
Are we live?
We're live right
Come
now.
over here.
Oh, we're actually.
Yeah, sure. Let's bring.
Yeah,
Let's
I'm
bring.
almost done, and then you can take a seat and.
I want to hear from everybody. That's
Yes.
amazing. All right. Alex is
Busy.
whatever. What are your thoughts on DeFi? That seems to be pretty hot right now. I honestly don't know what to think about it. What do you think?
So personally, I think that DeFi will help bring in mass adoption, but I think it's going to take a while. And the reason why I think that is because, like, let's say you and I decide to become business partners and start a business together. We cannot go to the bank and be like, hey, can I have a loan? They won't give us a loan. But with DeFi, you can actually get a loan with cryptocurrency.
With the ICO crowdfunding, is that what you mean?
I don't necessarily think that it's ICO stuff. I think that whatever DeFi platforms are available.
Are you bullish on ETH, like long term?
I am bullish on ETH because if ETH
For 50 years? Because I want to hear her opinion on it. It's a hot topic, but I want to
So,
talk to Brekkie soon.
I don't want to say I'm bullish on it for like 50 years, but what
I want to get people on the record, Brekkie.
But what I am saying is I do think that if ETH fails, then a lot of these other projects will fail, and I don't think that's healthy for the ecosystem.
I think with ETH though, it's like trending towards less decentralized because it's harder to run a node. No fixed supply, so it's monetary policy not that great. That'll be like my two big things. Plus ETH 2.0 seems like could be a pipe dream. Those are my three big things. Not that it doesn't pump, but this market doesn't pump on fundamentals. IOTA still has a close to $1 billion market cap, even though it's proved to be centralized.
Didn't they shut down the network?
They shut down the mainnet, yeah.
we, Elliot, I know wants to come on. Should we?
I want to get Brekkie.
for now?
Well, I
Okay.
want to get Alex.
I
on.
will.
Okay, cool. Alex can come on next.
All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get another beer.
Okay.
And then
cool.
I will see you guys later. Thank you
Okay.
for having me and all the.
Okay.
Appreciate you.
We're gonna get Alex on and then maybe Brekkie because I know he has to go. Oh, dude, just 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Because I do want to ask you about art.
Please take the seat.
Please. Brekkie, thank you so much. You're a busy man.
We're doing video too?
This is video, yeah. This is 100% video. This is, yeah.
You'll be on the side.
This is delayed, so.
If you have questions for a Bitcoin artist,
So the reason that I wanted to talk to Brekkie is because I love the fact, and what's your Twitter handle?
BVBTC.
I follow or I subscribe to Brekkie's newsletter, and I love the fact that there's an art scene around Bitcoin. It seems to be Bitcoin specifically now, maybe in the height of the 2017 bubble, people made a picture of Cardano or whatever. But it seems what stands the test of time is this Bitcoin art.
I think so.
Like, I was asking you about this earlier. Why is it like seems so like the same people do art on Jesus and the Bible? It seems to be like it's the same type of art being made.
Are you trying to say that Bitcoin is a cult or a religion? Because you might be right.
Not a cult, but it's similar to a religion. I would say that.
I mean, people are just passionate about it. When people are passionate about a cause or an idea, they want to express themselves about it. I make Bitcoin art because I want it to stimulate minds and get people talking about it. And hopefully when they see how passionate I am about it, they're like, why is this weirdo passionate about Bitcoin? And they start asking questions and they go down the rabbit hole.
Right.
So,
I don't know if we want to get into a question, but
Yeah, from the audience, real quick, what is it?
but I don't know if you want this question. Richard asks, if you're so bullish on Bitcoin, what is your prospects on Litecoin? For Brekkie.
Well, that's a good question. How is Litecoin is different? I don't know. You want to give your take? You have to think about it. First,
I don't like to speculate on price. I do think, a rising tide lifts all boats kind of thing. If the markets are going up, then
Litecoin
sure.
seems to be an oscillator in that it pumps with the market, just like Ethereum, as opposed to like.
But it's like a test bed for Bitcoin though, but with money on the line. So
You're right.
I don't really get
That
it.
was a bad question. You're right.
I warned you.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. And this DeFi stuff is BS. Don't swear because I don't want to get demonetized. People will see it, but this DeFi stuff is BS. So
I think the intentions of DeFi are good. Whether
it's trying to make finance decentralized.
Right, but
you
all of these DeFi things have central points of failure. And
is Ethereum decentralized? I can bring up 3 points why it's not. You probably know more.
I think DeFi is here to stay. What DeFi looks like at the end of the day is still up in the air.
What do you like painting? You like sculpting?
All of the above. I'm working on canvases now, but they're more 3D canvases. So I'm taking kind of my love of sculpture and putting them onto canvas. A big piece I'm working on now is going to incorporate a node from Casa actually. So the painting itself will be part of the Bitcoin network.
That's interesting.
Sometimes I'll put like open dimes in my paintings and my pieces. And the joke I like to say is that, even if nobody wants to buy my artwork, I can load some Bitcoin on there and it'll still appreciate in value.
You know what my favorite piece of art that I've seen with Bitcoin, this might be hacked to somebody who's an artist like you. It's the Starry Night Bitcoin.
I haven't seen that one.
It's, the picture, like, who is it? Picasso or Van Gogh does
Yeah.
Starry Night. And who is that?
Yeah, Van Gogh.
Is that Van Gogh?
Yeah.
And they just put like the Bitcoin thing for the stars. It's just like,
Oh, somebody did that?
I think a lot of people are doing that, like selling prints.
Oh, that's cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, like that's kind of like.
I like sell a few like kind of shitty prints that like take like a Da Vinci painting and like put a Bitcoin in there. I think those are fun. I mean, that's kind of like the lower end of the totem pole of actually we can't say totem pole, that's not PC anymore.
It isn't. Why not?
Because you can't say that either.
Dude,
I don't make the rule. Oh.
Yeah, you're right.
My bad.
You're right.
We love our native people, so if you're watching us and you're a native person,
Anyway, I know you got to go.
Final thoughts.
Give us, anything you want to say to the altcoin daily community, who is filled with Bitcoiners, but also filled with cryptocurrency people. Is there anything? Where can they follow you?
they can follow me on Twitter at BVBTC. They can get my newsletter at vonbitcoinart.com/newsletter.
Follow his Twitter and find the newsletter. I actually subscribe to your newsletter. I like seeing different art in the Bitcoin space.
So we'll put another one out soon. But most importantly, I would just say if you're into crypto, there's nothing wrong with that. But you really need to do a deep dive into Bitcoin to get the full context of why we're doing what we're doing and why Bitcoin is so important. Like, don't dismiss it. Like, I'm a quote unquote toxic maximalist, but don't let the people sway you. Make your own decisions, do your own research. And
I love it. Yeah, do your own research for sure.
Final thoughts from the audience is art is freedom, Bitcoin is freedom.
I like it. Thank you, Brekkie.
I love your audience.
Appreciate
I
you.
always enjoy seeing you, and let's stay connected.
Pleasure. Can we do a quick selfie?
Yep, please.
Yes.
Dude, I love it.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's,
All right. I love it. Thank
cool,
you,
guys.
Brekkie.
Thanks for having me on.
Appreciate it.
Let's get Alex on, Lolli.
I did. I want to get Alex on, and then Elliot. Hopefully, I know Elliot's already feeling a little pissed because we texted him beforehand.
Alex, would you?
I definitely felt like I would have been a little earlier in the line.
Okay, yeah, I'll talk real quick. Guys, we're at the Boomtown Brewery, downtown Los Angeles for the Lolli Meetup. Crypto Wendy put this together. We're just about to talk with the CEO of Lolli. Please have a seat. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, how you doing?
Aaron.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
you.
I know we're twins, so I always have to remind people.
This is about to be the picture, so you're.
This is the frame, if you will. Should I tilt this up a little bit?
I think it will be slightly, but I think it's good.
I love it.
I appreciate it. If
Like
you
and
guys,
subscribe.
If you guys have any questions for the CEO of Lolli, I know you guys use it.
Yeah,
Ask away.
This is your chance. This guy, I mean, Lolli, I remember when I pulled parts of your interview, Lolli's interview with Julia Chats or something.
You got it.
Chatsworthy or something. It was because Lolli had just made the Forbes Top 100 or some sort of list. What was
Yeah,
that?
we won.
We reported on that news.
top 100 startups to watch.
Yes.
I think was what it was. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was cool. It was nice, like validation for like crypto Bitcoin space, and yeah, it was great.
Now I have Lolli and I like it.
I see it.
Oh yeah, exactly.
He actually has it. That's amazing. I
I'm
love
not
that.
just,
I just love seeing him in the wild.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you've been stacking sats.
I've been stacking sats,
Cool.
exactly.
Where have you shopped so far?
I think I've only used Lolli for Amazon, although your like rewards for like that one shaving thing is like super good.
Harry's?
I should get into Harry's, dude.
Harry's is good.
But I think I use you guys for Amazon all the time.
We don't work with Amazon, so I
Yeah,
wonder.
that's Fold, dude.
Oh, okay.
Do you see Fold as a competitor?
Yeah,
And you,
but I think the space is really big and it's gonna get bigger, and like that's fine.
yeah, I mean, there should be competition to promote healthy growth.
And I wonder where it is I have used you guys. So it wasn't Amazon. It was.
Well, name for our audience at home. What are
Yeah,
your
what are the top ones?
I mean, we've got 970 merchants. So
Exactly. When we made that video for Lolli, I was surprised how many good merchants you have. Like
we have a lot.
things I
yeah.
actually spend money on a regular basis.
We're really big into travel, so Expedia, Priceline, Booking.com, Hotels.com. We've got beauty, so Sephora, Ulta, Glossier, ELF, and then we've got essentials. We've got a little bit of everything. So Lolli.com/stores, and you can check them all out.
I actually recommend it. Was it the guys from the Tales from the Crypt podcast who said Lolli's going to like spearhead like adoption or something?
Yeah,
That
Marty
quote?
and Matt have been big supporters from like day one, really.
I think that's where I heard about you guys, from their podcast.
Yeah, they're great.
But they talked about just the general public is going to that's going to spearhead them accumulating Bitcoin or something with this.
Right.
I think that's
Yeah,
true.
And you can earn an average of 7% back if you by using Lolli, and you just spend fiat currency. So you use your credit card as you normally would, and then you get Bitcoin back. So part of our mission is to try to make Bitcoin more accessible to everybody and to teach people about Bitcoin as well. So
Yeah,
what you guys
I
are
like
doing
that. I
is,
like
is
that.
great. It's like you guys are
Appreciate it.
educating people. We're trying to educate people through a product. So it's very complimentary.
We have a question from the audience.
Sure.
For you personally, Alex, are you pure Bitcoin, or what altcoins are you interested in?
So pure Bitcoin right now. I think in order to bring on new people into the space.
So let's talk to.
Oh,
It's okay, like green light to green light.
okay. I think to bring more people into the space, you need to teach them about Bitcoin first, and then other cryptocurrencies will follow. I think that we haven't really seen a cryptocurrency that has emerged outside of Bitcoin that we're like near 100% is going to be adopted by everybody.
I agree with that.
I think there's a lot of speculation.
Bitcoin probably will be here in 10 years, probably. Altcoins, money flows in, money flows out, but it always seems to go up with Bitcoin. at least in the past 11 years.
Yeah, and I think the same way is like, I think what you guys are doing is really important to like to survey all these different cryptocurrencies.
Well, we come at it from an everyman point of view.
Exactly. That's what I like. And I think that's like incredibly important to like educate people about what's going on, the news behind what, all these different cryptocurrencies, because one of them will emerge. Like, I'm a big believer in stable coins, and I think stable coins are going to be extremely pervasive. It's a better technology for medium of exchange. And I know that our merchants are going to want to accept something that's better than credit cards because they don't want to work with the merchant banks, the acquiring banks, the credit card companies that are taking percentages all along the way. And so, and you can make a really strong argument for a lot of stable coins in order for a medium of exchange.
We have another question.
Good. This is what it's about.
From Pop Defender, how does Lolli make money?
So we partner with merchants.
This is actually available on your site, right? Didn't I read like exactly how you make money? Because they're actually pretty transparent about this.
Very transparent.
Yeah.
I think the misconception, we'll start with the misconception first. A lot of people think we sell data, and we have no interest in selling data. We'll never sell data. The way we make money is very, very simple. We partner with merchants. Merchants pay us when users shop on their site, and then once they pay us, we then get Bitcoin and we send it to your Lolli wallet. So it's real Bitcoin. You get it. You can move it to any cold storage. You can move it to any address.
Move it to your own wallet.
Do whatever you want with your Bitcoin. The whole idea, not your keys, not your coin. And so, we make it really easy to get Bitcoin, and the merchants pay us. The consumer gets to use it for free, and we give you free Bitcoin when you shop.
Now, like you guys are coming out with an app, right?
Yes.
Is that correct? How soon will that be available?
You guys want to see it?
Well, yes, dude.
Our audience would love to see it.
We can't show the audience.
Okay,
We can't show
fine.
the audience yet.
Well,
you guys have to stay tuned. Follow us on Twitter.
Because that is actually why I like Fold, because they have an app. If you guys got an app, that'd be really good.
There's a sneak preview.
Looks
Oh, that was
Looks
it?
legit. That's it.
And it looked like a good app. I mean,
very professional.
Here's the thing. I'm definitely downloading the Lolli app when I get it. I have it on my laptop, as you can see. I have earned probably what do you earn, $10 for a referral? Is it like Coinbase?
Yep.
I think
You should post a referral in the link.
it is.
Okay.
It's
Awesome.
It's in all my videos. I don't know how many people do it though. I know I've gotten probably 10 people. I've got $100 from the Lolli referral.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, everybody can go in the descriptions, or put your own referrals in the comments. It'd be better if you guys got it.
Hey, Joe is saying I don't see Lolli on the Apple app. Where can I find it? It's not out yet.
We're not live on iOS. We're not live on mobile yet. We're launching a mobile app in about 2 months. And so we're right now it's a Chrome extension, Firefox extension.
That's right.
And you can use
the
the
Chrome extension and for Brave browser. And there is competition with you and Fold. I hate to bring the competitor in,
It's
but
very
you
different.
guys are at the top of the game. So it's like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys.
Sure. Yeah, you could say that.
I think so. I mean, it's like Coke and Pepsi. You guys are both successful. You guys are both leading the charge.
Sure.
But everybody wants to be Coke.
I guess.
We're Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Okay, so it is it's kind of it's not. There is some rivalry there.
I mean, we had a lot of copycats come out over the last few. I mean, we launched a year and a half ago.
They came after you.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And we have several copycats. So there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's flattering.
Do you think if they succeed, you succeed, or is
I hope so.
Because I would think other crypto YouTube channels, if they succeed, we're going to succeed just because the interest is there.
That's why I'm not mad at copycats. I think.
But they are copycats. It's like that's on the record. Fold came after. Lolli is what everybody is checking out right now.
Exactly. Yeah. But no, I mean, I think that they're Bitcoiners. They're advancing Bitcoin. They're doing a great job. It's a very different use case, though. I don't think that people actually want to spend Bitcoin, and so it's not a very user-friendly experience. If you have Bitcoin and you want to spend your Bitcoin, then you can use Fold. But with us, you just use your credit card. You use whatever you're normally spending with. You're not having to change your experience. So I think that they probably built it with the Bitcoiner, the hardcore Bitcoiner that wants to actually spend Bitcoin in the wild. Our user is somebody who is has Bitcoin and wants more of it, and that doesn't want to spend their Bitcoin, which is most people.
Interesting.
My belief is why would you want to spend Bitcoin if it's going up?
Well, I think Bcashers say we'll be successful because we're a medium of exchange. I don't think they're using no crypto is being used as a medium of exchange. It's just too volatile. People want to use it as an investment. I think it's a fool's dream if you think people are going to be spending their Bitcoin on a regular basis, in my opinion.
For this year, maybe in 100 years.
Oh, exactly. If this thing's going to scale, eventually people will, for sure. And when it's like price is high, people are going to spend it. But I think just that's generally, I think you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Yeah, I mean the way that if we sort of like zoom out a little bit and sort of get into like the macroeconomics of it, like there's no like Bitcoin today is the 35th most stable currency in the world, and so everything. If you're in a country that has the 31 through 34 of the most stable currencies, you have no incentive to use Bitcoin as a medium of exchange because it's more volatile than your own currency. So if you play that out, it's like maybe the countries that are like 36 through 200, they want to use Bitcoin because it's more stable and they'll use it as a medium of exchange because it's less volatile. But those countries are second and third world countries. So their access to Bitcoin and their ability to actually own it and transact it is not as high. So we're at this we're in very, very early days of Bitcoin right now. And
so if this thing scales, we are in the early days. I would think, just to interrupt, this is the first cycle, in my opinion, where people are no longer worried that Bitcoin's going away, which is interesting. Do you agree with that or no?
Yeah,
like in I
don't see it going anywhere.
2015, people were worried that this thing's trending towards zero. I don't think people in the space no longer think that about Bitcoin.
I don't think it's going anywhere. I mean, that's why I feel confident of giving it to people. Like, I feel that, I mean, you asked me a question earlier about like altcoins and other currencies, and I just don't feel confident enough in any one currency that is not, I mean, I show me another currency that's not going anywhere, and I don't know if there is one.
By the way, I echo that opinion. Bitcoin's monetary policy and just fundamentals, different level than the altcoins. Money's going to flow in and out of the altcoins, but it seems to me it's, Bitcoin is what's really revolutionary, in my opinion.
I agree. It's the most decentralized. It's the most secure.
Decentralized, most permissionless, uncensorable, and that's what really you should value in a crypto.
Exactly.
In my opinion.
And so Bitcoin got a head start, but a lot of other cryptocurrencies are trying to model elements of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has it has inefficiencies. It has things that it needs to work on, but a lot of those things are being solved with second layer solutions like Lightning and Liquid, and people are coming in and innovating on top of Bitcoin, and I think it's important.
Do you think Lightning is? Do you think that's some people are haters on the Lightning network? I personally think 10 years from now, we're developing all this infrastructure for Lightning. That's going to be the solution.
I love it. I love it. I think, the transactions that have made the most sense for me personally, when I've ever spent Bitcoin, it's I would use Lightning because it's just a better user experience. It just works. And it's just getting, Elizabeth and the team are just getting started with it.
From Lightning Labs.
Lightning Labs, yeah. They're just getting started. They have an incredible community. They just raised $10 million of funding. They have a super smart team. Alex Bosworth's an incredible engineer.
I see 10 years from now when people are finally ready to spend their Bitcoin, we have a big enough network effect, maybe 10% of the population owns Bitcoin. So if you're getting that steady spending, all of a sudden, Lightning Network's been built out for the last 10 years or whatever.
Yeah, and we're going to see a lot of activity even before that in the trading world. So institutional capital is we're really excited about retail adoption, and we're sort of leading that front. But on the institutional side, they can't wait on hour-long trades. The institutional side needs Lightning as well, and so for them to open up nodes and to be able to open up these different channels and do less than a second transfer.
Well, are they going to be able to do that with high amounts of Bitcoin? Because right now the Lightning Network just works for smaller amounts. And correct me if I'm wrong.
The amounts are getting bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, and especially with private channels. So there's a lot that's happening right now in the Lightning community, and I'm seeing just on my friends that are on the institutional side, they're using it, and that's important.
That is interesting.
When you're talking about people who manage tens, hundreds, if not billions of dollars of capital, and they're relying on Lightning Network in order to do transfers, I'm feeling very bullish about Lightning Network.
So what is that in the next 5 years? Do you think the Lightning's ready for prime time right now, or is it 5-year, 10-year thing when it's going to be fully ready? People use it right now today for sure, but is it going to be ready for the mainstream today, or is it 5 years from now? Or
depending on the use case, it's available today.
You can use it today. It's always being built out more. The infrastructure is just developing.
Yeah.
So it's.
One of my favorite projects in the space is the is the Lightning SDK. I think they're calling it the LDK, Lightning Development Kit.
Right.
That's
the
where
white, the white label.
yeah, that's where crypto is building.
Tell us about that. Like, let's clue our audience in. So Square Crypto is building a white label thing, which means anybody can use this Lightning integration.
Correct. And very little has come out about it. I think they had just like one Medium post, and I've listened to Matt, Blue Matt on
this is recent news. Yeah.
Very recent, yeah. And so everything they're doing with the Lightning SDK. I mean, if you know how SDKs work, for those of you who don't know, a software development kit is basically like a template that you can put into a website, you can put into an application, and it works out of the box, virtually out of the box. You don't have to like hard code anything. You don't have to build something from scratch. And so currently, all these like Blue Wallet, Green Wallet, every other like Lightning wallet, they're doing a lot of custom development. Hypothetically, every application that wants to integrate with Lightning should be able to import the LDK. It's an open source technology. Everybody can see it. And so there's hypothetically more security in that. And yeah, they're going to be like, they're going to let you like open up and close channels way easier.
Why that's important to you is because we're trending towards more and more people using Bitcoin and using Lightning, and so that's what's intriguing about it to me.
Yeah,
and we're trending towards a good direction.
And if you like take like the crypto hat off, if you're just like looking at all technology as a whole, typically where things get very pervasive is when SDK, like really beautiful SDKs come out that are like very easy for developers to just embed into their sites, into their apps. And that's typically how you have mass adoption with any technology. So I think like we just haven't seen anything like the LDK, and the Square Crypto team is like one of the smartest teams in the entire space. They build
really.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I see them from the news articles. It seems to me like, yes, this is exactly what I want to be seeing. But you say they're pretty.
They're
smart.
brilliant. Yeah. I mean, they're like deep Bitcoiners. They built like incredible technologies that have scaled in the past. Like, they're just like a legit team, and they're backed by Square, you know, a public company that's valued at $34 billion. Like, they're not going anywhere. And Jack Dorsey's investing a lot of money in Bitcoin, into the Bitcoin space. And like, yeah, they've chosen Bitcoin. And so, yeah, I feel like it's an incredible signal for the space. And more companies are going to follow them. Like, Square Crypto is not going to be the only Bitcoin supporter that's mainstream. All these other companies are going to realize it too, that they need to invest in the ecosystem. And Square Crypto is like leading the space right now as far as like mainstream adoption. They're doing a great job.
Do you want to bring the audience in? I know we have some questions.
We have one comment, first from Wayne, says, I'm going to start using Lolli. I saw it before, but I did not know what the F it was. Now I understand. And we have
Lolli is a great way to earn Bitcoin back for things like regular shopping you do anyways, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We don't want you to spend more. Just shop as you normally would. Just shop at our retailers, and then you'll earn free Bitcoin.
Earn Bitcoin back, and you can transfer it into your own wallet.
And we have maybe one of our final questions before we bring Elliot on, but why call it Lolli?
Yeah, exactly. I was wondering that too. Yeah. Why Lolli?
So, do you guys remember like growing up and going to the bank with your parents, and you'd have like really awful experience, and you get the lollipop at the end?
Yeah.
And so, I believe Bitcoin is the bank of the future. And the only thing that was missing is it just wasn't user friendly. There was not a lollipop at the end. And so, yeah, we got the domain name, we got lolli.com, and the rest is history.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else? Give us.
I'm gonna go find Elliot.
Yeah, get Elliot, and we can just hang out and talk.
Cool. What are you excited about in the Bitcoin space?
Well, I'm excited about Bitcoin in general, the fact it's going up. I mean, that's like the first thing. I'm really excited about the fact that it seems to me like Bitcoin isn't going away, and as awareness for Bitcoin is just exponentially increasing, and trust is going to be increasing. And just the freedom it brings in that you can transact with anybody in the world, and there's nobody who can like stop you or hold your money up. It seems to be happening more and more often where governments, banks are trying to stop you from making payments. I think Bitcoin's our best option.
I agree.
But I like companies like your company, Lolli, who is kind of like, this is an easy way for people to get involved.
Yeah, we're trying to. So yeah, that's our mission. Make it easy for everyone to get it. And then, teach them over time, teach them about Bitcoin and why it's so important for the world.
And again, anybody can go in the description to this video and use my Lolli referral code, or post your own, I like that too.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, anybody watching this video, make sure you give this video a like. It's a small thing you can do. Truly does help our channel grow. All right, hey, let's say Bitcoin does kills it in the next few years. What do you think the top will be? This is a fun question for the audience.
I actually have made I've made it a habit of never saying price predictions.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, we're not on CNN here. Come on, you can
No,
tell our
no,
YouTube audience.
I have an issue with it. I think it's like I encourage everybody to do their own research.
Andreas Antonopoulos doesn't do that either.
Oh, does he not?
Well,
Yeah.
he hasn't said that, but the interviews I've seen with him, he never speculates on price. He talks about how great this is in general.
Yeah, I think okay. Since we launched, Bitcoin was at $3,500. Now it's at $10,000.
That's when you launched?
Yeah. So
when there was so much despair in the market.
Yeah, and we launched at like the low. It was like 20K, and then it shot down to 3,500. Then we launched, hoping that it was like bottom, and then and so far our users have earned 3x. And so I clearly hope that Bitcoin continues to go up. Personally, I believe it's going to go up over time. I think that the more people that are using it, the more technologies that are built on it, which now it's like, when I said copycat earlier, it's not like a negative thing. Like it's flattering. The fact that there are more technologies that are doing more, that are spending more money to get to more people is a great thing. Yeah. Like the more people that are talking about Bitcoin, the better. And the more that people are like getting out there, the better. So now since we launched, I feel like there's like hundreds of Bitcoin companies, these are not like ICOs, these are not STOs, and nothing wrong with those.
These are companies who are actually using Bitcoin, which has already been created, and trying to expand Bitcoin's infrastructure. Right?
Exactly, and that's where I think people have to start, because like people have to come in and they have to like get something that I think is like legitimate, and that thing has to go up over time, because a lot of us we initially are attracted to Bitcoin because of the price speculation, and people look at it and they're like, oh, I can make some money from it. It's interesting.
Everybody comes in because they want those gains, including me.
But then you start to pay attention, and then you're like, well, okay, why is this so important? And everything that you just said, it's like you can't censor it. Anyone in the world can use it. You can trade it freely, and once you learn the principles, then you stay.
I agree. How long do you think it's going to take? I don't know, like a large portion of the world to understand the argument for Bitcoin. Right now, very few people do. I think eventually everybody's going to understand why Bitcoin has value. I think that's going to happen in the next 5 years, 10 years. Obviously, it's pure speculation, just for fun. I would say 10 years maybe.
Are we talking hyper-Bitcoinization? Or just like people understanding it?
Well, what does hyper-Bitcoinization mean exactly? I'm familiar with that concept. But
hyper-Bitcoinization, I believe the term refers to Bitcoin being the dominant currency.
Oh, I'm not talking about that. That's going to take a long time.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about people understanding the argument as to like Bitcoin's a hedge, and just the same way they kind of think of gold or something, they would consider Bitcoin as a real alternative. How long do you think that's going to take?
Yeah, that's a tough thing to quantify, because it's like how does everyone understand it? I think 2017 was incredible for everyone to hear about it.
Well, 2017 was interesting because they didn't understand what Bitcoin was. I don't think, because
a lot of people still don't.
Exactly, a lot of people don't.
But the best thing that happened from 2017 is that like the stat that I heard, one of the things that like inspired us to build Lolli was that 60% of people had Bitcoin, or like had heard of Bitcoin, and that was really important. The fact that people had heard about it and knew that it existed is the first step. Then I think it was like less than 1% of the US actually owned it. So then there's this 59% of people that know about it but didn't buy it. So there's this giant opportunity to understand why did they not buy it, and then convince them to buy it. So what you guys are doing is incredibly important. Teaching people about Bitcoin, spreading it to more people. Share this with your friends. Get them involved.
Tag Alex on Twitter. I know we have the Lolli Twitter. What is your Twitter? It's
Alex Edelman.
Alex Edelman.
Adelman.
Tag Alex on Twitter, and
my DMs are open. You can reach out anytime.
Really, you allow people to DM you?
All the time. Yeah. Yeah. Very transparent.
Yeah. It's just a lot of people, though, right? If you get 10 people, you're a busy guy.
It's important, though. I feel like our users are very passionate. They're great at telling us what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, how we can improve. And users reach out all the time, and I find out that a user that I've been interacting with for a year works at Walmart, and then they tell me, hey, I can make an intro there. It's it happens all the time. So I always encourage people, if you know retailers, if you are a merchant, reach out, let's work together.
I love it.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
Thanks for having me on. Great to finally meet in person.
Check out Lolli. It's great to meet you in person.
Yeah.
Let's stay connected.
Anytime you're back in LA,
Yeah,
I hope we connect.
for sure. Take
Yeah.
care, guys.
Yeah, let me give you my card, and if
Yeah.
there's anything, feel
And let me
free.
know when you're in New York.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you guys for having me on.
Check
Take
out
care.
Lolli. All right, guys, in case you're just tuning in, we're in downtown Los Angeles at the Lolli Meetup. That's the guy buying the beers tonight. And see, I really was hoping this guy was on. This is Elliot from FUD TV.
Hi,
Of
guys.
course, his girlfriend Irene is here. You guys are all
This is the
familiar.
shots. Just FYI, you'll be there soon.
Very cool.
So
Amazing.
the reason, and we can talk about whatever, but I specifically wanted to talk about your interview with Justin Sun. Like it or not, this guy is a notable person in the space, and I thought the way that you set up the interview and handled it in general was the best. I mean, so
Thank you.
give me your thoughts on that. I did write down specific questions as I was
I
watching.
appreciate that. Yeah. Like the Tron thing, it's like, it's so divisive. Like
It is divisive, right?
people have this
People hate
hatred.
Justin
It's
Sun.
hatred for
Some
Tron.
people love him.
Hatred for Tron. A lot of people just flat out call it a scam. And, then there's obviously the Tron community, which are strong believers.
And your approach was, I want to understand who is Justin Sun, where did he come from, what does he want, and what does he want for the future? Because it can sometimes get lost in just his hyping stuff up, right?
Well, it's confusing, right? Because he's these announcements he makes, it almost feels like there's a character he's playing. And
It doesn't feel like he's a real person.
It didn't feel like a real person. Like, I wanted to know who this guy is.
Because he's our age. He's 26, I'm 29.
Yeah.
You're somewhere around there.
No, he's 29.
He's 29?
Born 1990.
He's the same age as us.
Yeah, I'm born
And
1990.
this guy's a
so-
fucking,
He's a billionaire.
he's a billionaire millionaire.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's an interesting thing, right? He's my age. He's run startups, and I just wanted to understand what drives him, what makes him tick, where he comes from, why clearly a confident individual, but why? Why are you that confident? And so it was more of a human piece than a crypto.
And that's
piece.
why I liked it. It was a human piece because anybody can get Justin Sun on the phone and talk about, hey, Tron's gonna go be a game changer or whatever. But so these were some of the questions I have. Okay, so when you asked him, and this was a very important question I thought, because why did he create Tron? You asked him, what was your impetus? Why did you create Tron? Why is Tron needed? And this is what he answered. I'm sure you recall. From my recollection, he said, I created Tron because I was in on Bitcoin. I wanted to create a Bitcoin that was scalable and I can put decentralized apps on. And that was it, right? I mean, he didn't really, to me, it sounded like he was doing, I'm going to create Ethereum, basically. Was that a satisfying answer?
Not really, right? So it's one of those things where I see where he comes from, right? I've built startups, raised money, turned on revenue, but to then reach a point where your revenue is dramatically outpacing your burn every month is a very high achievement in tech. One that Facebook and companies like Instagram, companies like Twitter, Airbnb, Uber don't even achieve for many years.
Has Tron made any money since 2017 peak? Or, I mean, how does Tron make money?
They've made partnerships.
So I think
I really don't know.
So I mean, they created a coin for a few dollars,
Yes.
and they sold it $70 million worth. Then they took the value of that ICO and it 150x, and they sold a lot at the top.
Near the
So
top, yeah.
and so I would argue that they lined their bank account with billions.
So they haven't made any money since 2017, but they're more than rolling in it because of that time.
I actually think there's a different thing at play here. Justin clearly has strong connections to big, influential funding in China or maybe elsewhere, right? I don't know exactly where it comes from, but his roots are in Chinese business and Chinese tech startups. After he built Paywo app, made it profitable to the tune of
He built what?
There is a live streaming app that he built, which we talked about in the interview. It's called Paywo.
What was he, 17 when he built this?
No. I think he was like 23, 24.
Still,
He graduated from UPenn, which is an Ivy. It's a very good school.
Yeah.
Lots of business people there were. Lots of business people went there. At the same time, so he comes off, builds this live streaming platform. Live streaming is a very profitable business if you do it right. And they're making millions in profit every year. Not only are they making their investors extremely happy, but they have money in the bank. And so as he's starting Tron, he knows he's got all this money to fund it. Just so happens he runs an extremely successful ICO, then is able to 150x his coin, And now if you're putting yourself in the shoes of a 27-year-old who's now created multiple billions of dollars in wealth, a very short period of time, you can start to understand the confidence that he's feeling and why maybe his confidence come across as scammy or shilly, right? Because it almost seems unbelievable.
And what I liked about your interview is you weren't trying to get any gotcha questions. You were not interested in making it a hostile interview. You want an interviewee who's willing to talk, but you also weren't afraid to like ask him the question and then even restate certain questions, because it's like this guy is notable as a certain, people look at him a certain way, and you're like, you asked him, do you regret, what was your question? Do you regret how anything got handled? What was the question? And by the way, anybody go to FUD TV, look up Elliot's interview with Justin Sun. Originally you'd think, oh, this is just some BS interview, but I actually liked it in the approach he took, in that, where does Justin Sun come from? What does he want?
And by the way, Tubby says, hey guys, great conversation, beer on me. So appreciate you, Tubby.
Cheers, Tubby.
And anybody who wants to get a question for Elliot,
we'll have one on you, Tubby. Thank you. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I don't know. What were we talking about?
You said look up the channel.
I said look up the channel, but like his
here's the thing. Justin Sun, it's almost like it's confusing how he acts the way he does, why he sculpts his public persona this way. And of course, we all saw the viral video where he said, "Buy my shitcoin, Tron's a shitcoin," right?
And you asked him about that.
And of course I did.
No, his answer though. First of all, there's no good way to answer that question.
I thought he had a fantastic answer.
But actually, he did have a good answer. There's no other way to do it than to just like try and say something positive, right?
Well, no. What his response is, we need to appreciate.
You said, what's up with that video with Peter McCormick where you said, buy my shit, I don't want to swear because of demonetization.
Sorry,
I don't have a problem with that term, but
I did say it about
it's okay.
6 times.
It's okay. We're probably demonetized by now. It's just YouTube won't suggest this to a lot of people.
Yeah.
But and he said his answer for like Bitcoiners, this was his answer, Bitcoiners like Tron because Ethereum doesn't have a sense of humor. I am fully aware that, I need to meme this into existence, right?
I think his answer, the way I internalized it, was we need to appreciate the meme culture within crypto. Crypto is like you cannot fight the fact that crypto is an internet-based movement. And memes are he said memes in the interview, he said memes are the soul of the internet. Amazing quote, to be honest. I thought it was very true as well. There's very few things that are as impactful and powerful as a good meme. And the shitcoin concept is a meme. He himself is a meme. Tron is a meme. And when you think about that, when you become a meme, you start to defy the laws of mortality, right? Because you can't kill a meme. A meme has this own sort of superpower to it. And so I thought that was a very interesting way to spin the whole concept of calling yourself a shitcoin, just by saying, I was memeing. This whole thing's a meme.
It's probably the best way you could have handled it. I like the fact you reminded him, hey, there's people who are invested in this who actually like you need to realize that this actually looks kind of bad for you. And
it hurts people. In the end, people feel
you develop on Tron, right?
Well, here's the deal. I develop on Tron because I have a CTO. My CTO, the reason why I work with this guy is because he's the most brilliant individual I've ever worked with, and his sense for product and development is on like exponential levels. Like I could not express how much respect I have for my business partner. He did an analysis of every blockchain, price, speed, scalability, developer environment, community, all the pragmatics that help create a successful product. And we kept coming back to Tron. And so,
really?
Yes, it's so cheap and easy and fast to launch a coin on Tron.
To develop on and launch a coin.
And use. And then as we're trading, it's almost completely free to trade.
It's better. Now, I don't know because I'm not a developer.
And I'm not telling you guys to buy Tron. I don't care. Don't invest.
Exactly.
I'm saying as a DApp developer, we only chose this route for pragmatic reasons: money, speed, community. Like
it's not an investment. It's just
this is not about buying. I'm not telling you to buy the coin. I can already see the comments rolling in of like, I hate Tron.
I actually don't think so because we've shared your video so much. If you're talking about money will flow, when we interviewed in San Francisco, money will flow in and out of alts, but Bitcoin is where like the fundamental value is, something like that.
But as far as a platform for developers, Tron's very good.
It's good. It's fast and cheap, but it's not as decentralized as Ethereum.
No, and I don't think anyone should pretend it is. However, something as decentralized as Ethereum, based on the speed it moves, is not quite a match for us right now. Now, if Ethereum scales tomorrow and becomes hugely scalable, high throughput, now all of a sudden we can reevaluate. But as of right now, we're not in that reality. And as a developer, I can't build for a reality that doesn't exist yet. I have to build for a reality that is currently upon us, or else I'm waiting on someone else to okay my project. Now, there's nothing tying us to Tron. If in the future we choose that we decide that, okay, we want to move our NFTs and in-game currency to another platform, it can be done. But at the same time, right now, in the current moment we're in, this is the decision that my CTO, who's more qualified to make the decision than me, has made. So.
Let me get your thoughts on the more broader picture of cryptocurrency. By the way, guys, everybody liked the video. I don't know, can you encourage our audience to like the video?
Guys, if you haven't liked this video yet, it just pretty much means you just don't like crypto. And if you don't like crypto, I don't know why you're watching the video. You should really like, I mean, we all love crypto. If you love crypto, like the video. Very simple.
Okay, so my question is, let's get real. Half of crypto has turned, influencers have turned either more towards Bitcoin maximalists, like I think more towards that now, and I know you also share that point of view. But the other half have turned towards Ethereum DeFi.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on DeFi? Is that a buzzword, or does like Ethereum have fundamental value?
It's not a buzzword. DeFi is not a buzzword at all.
Decentralized finance.
It's something really exciting. However, Ethereum has a lot of threats. There are a lot of threats to Ethereum. At the same time,
can I give you my threats real quick? And you go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
The biggest things I think about is, will Ethereum stand the test of time? Are one, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's trending towards being more centralized in that it's harder to run a node. It has no fixed supply, unlike Bitcoin. So there's going to be more and more Ethereum given enough time. And plus, the promise of ETH 2.0 seems kind of like a pipe dream. Will they transition to ETH 2.0, and will ETH 2.0 be successful? That's a big if. Now, those are the biggest red flags in my opinion.
I think you really hit the nail on the head with a lot of that. But more importantly, the infrastructure that we're using to run smart contracts is constantly evolving. Now, the reserve wealth asset, that doesn't need to evolve, right? Bitcoin in its current form is almost perfect, right? We add high throughput to it and it's perfect, right?
Yeah. It could grow right now without any change. Now there are being like developments on it, which is cool, but it doesn't need that to grow, in my opinion.
But there's already these layers. Like, for example, you have people who are using crypto credit cards. They're handling the crypto side. You're just swiping and paying and moving on with your day. So if you want to have all your assets in Bitcoin and pay from that piggy bank, you can already do that, right? I already have my crypto.com card. I already have.
Oh, you actually use that?
I don't use it a lot.
It's just cool, right? You flip it out. Hey guys,
but I can.
But that's the coolest part.
But if 10 years down the line, our Bitcoin's worth 10, 20, 30 million dollars, and I want to spend out of that account, I can do that, right? And the laws have now modernized where my $10 transaction isn't a capital gains tax implication. Now all of a sudden I feel great about it, right?
Really? If it's less than what, it's not capital gains.
Less than, I think, according to the Altcoin Daily video, it was less than $200 or $250.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
You're right.
I've been looking at the chat.
I do recall that piece of news.
I mean, how often are you making a $300 purchase? I don't.
Yes,
think
that was my news.
Yes.
But did that go into effect?
It was proposed.
I think it's being proposed. Or
let's talk to the mic. Let's not talk.
Okay, sorry guys. So in the end, I believe that we're going to see sensible regulations come into effect. Just like we saw a proposal that'll give ICOs a 3-year safe haven to develop and reach decentralization. You can't reach decentralization on day one.
No, that's interesting. First of all,
interesting.
How decentralized? That's the unanswer. That's kind of like the fact that the SEC or whoever is like kind of allowing that it's pretty big. It's interesting, right?
Well, it hasn't passed yet. So, but and Hester Pierce, the person who proposed it,
Crypto Mom.
She's very pro, and so. You know, we've seen her make many statements, many actions that we would love to be law and the reality. It's all in flux. But what my prediction is if we've seen a trend over the last few years, it is a trend towards logic, a trend towards rationalism, a trend towards not hurting a movement that could be a total bastion of success for America, right? I'm an American, you're an American. America, we're a very, very, very excitable, entrepreneur-centric country, and we don't like to stamp out the freedom of entrepreneurship because we understand the internet age brought to us some of the most influential enterprises that will ever exist, right? And if we didn't have Google and Facebook and Twitter and all the things stocks, and where would America be? Would we still be making, would cars be our main export? Like, what would we be as a country, and how powerful would we be economically? You know, and so I think that there's a lot of exciting things going on in crypto, and seeing the regulators take a slow and steady and now hopefully more logical path makes me very excited. And it makes me excited to the point where I think that what happened before, as much as it feels like there was a big bubble, I think we haven't seen anything yet. I think we have seen nothing yet. And beyond that, I think the altcoin market.
All right, don't talk off.
Sorry. So
I loved it. And going off that, we have a question from a guy named Crypto Zombie.
Hey!
It's a two-parter. First parter, when Pizza Heroes.
Okay.
And
that's Elliot's dap, right?
And
Yes.
number two, what's up, guys? Why all the cool kids always hanging out on the West Coast? No love in New York?
Huge love for New York. Huge love for New York. Big love. Every single part of New York is amazing. First of all, Kyle, hit me up. We haven't hung out in a long time. I'd love to even hop on the call. But Pizza Heroes, I'm coming out with a video game. It's kind of like a Fortnite-y with a little bit of magic spells. It's going to be really fun. It's coming out in April, May. We haven't set an exact date yet, but we've already been playing and testing it. Been a long time in the making, and I'm so proud of my team, what we've created. I believe that products are really going to usher in that next wave of users, right? How do we get the billions of people who do not feel as passionately as we do about fintech and developments in technology?
With the pizza game.
With a game, right? I think a game is a perfect way. Like, you ask 9 out of 10 people, try this new social media platform, try this new exchange for trading goods and services. Like, most people, that's a really weird esoteric request.
Nobody's interested in a new social media. They're
Correct.
interested in getting out of the ones they're already in. But a game,
Correct.
it's fun.
Everyone plays games. It's simple. We're programmed to love games. And yeah, like, this is just the beginning. Like, as we've gotten deeper into the project, we've just fallen so in love with the gameplay. And this is just the first of a lot to come. So you'll be hearing a lot about it. And big thanks to the Altcoin Daily, both the creators as well as the audience who have been tremendously supportive.
FUD TV, I subscribe to this guy. And not to double back, because we were talking about the Justin Sun interview you just did, but I had one final question I was wondering. I don't know if you know, but we also have a non-crypto related podcast. It's called
What?
It's called, these guys don't know either, but it's called Surviving Hollywood Podcast. The reason I'm bringing that up.
Oh yeah, I actually remember you saying that.
And we like interview actors and filmmakers and stuff. We're working with a PR company who gives us people who come to them, pay them for PR, then they send them to our podcast. So it's a symbiotic relationship. But sometimes they will tell us, don't ask about this. They'll have like things not to mention. Now I know Justin Sun, he has a big team around him helping direct his thing.
Zero.
They didn't tell you not to ask about anything.
Zero. In fact, I will say that I've actually had some contact because I've been building my game in the Tron world, and I've had interactions with the team. And what I've seen is actually in the last 8 months, there has been an amazing group of people that have been brought onto Tron that really speak our language. And they really, like, I felt like I was talking to a colleague, you know? And I was really impressed. There was not a single topic they told me not to broach. There was not a single question they told me not to ask.
That's interesting because I would think out of anybody it would be with him, but it's not.
No, in fact, I was like, I want to hammer this, I want to hammer that, and that's what the people want to see. Like,
and you asked the hard questions, you followed up with the hard questions, then at some point you just got to move on because we want to hear about more stuff. But you handled the interview beautifully.
I really appreciate that, and you know, in the end, it's like this guy's got a very powerful people behind him.
He's one of the top influential people in the crypto space today, whether people like it or not.
Yeah, and in the end, it's like, if people could just realize how small crypto is, how small we are compared to the rest of the world, we need to see each other in this industry as allies. Everyone, I see this as an ally. I see everyone, whether you're in XRP, Bcash, Hex, Bitcoin Cash. Sorry, Roger.
I don't think Bcash is an ally if you're interested in Bitcoin.
Well, here's the deal. I don't care. What I care about is that you are trying to perpetuate the movement of cryptocurrency, because the more people owning crypto, possessing blockchain wallets, and understanding the importance of decentralization is a step forward. And you can convert someone from Bitcoin Cash to Bitcoin more easily than someone who's never experienced crypto to crypto. And so we need to understand and take, like everybody says, zoom out. You think we're in a dip? Zoom out, right? Take a second and zoom out. If you really think someone is an enemy of the space, just take a step back and look at the 99,000 out of 100,000 that don't care, right? And so that's really what we need to understand, is that we're kind of a pimple on the ass of the economy right now, and we want to be the whole economy. If you want to do that, we need to build bridges, right? And that's what I think the next phase is about: great products, building bridges, and unity. So
just keep hodling, guys. We're so close.
Yeah, hodl on. And of course, like, Bitcoin is the main bet, right? Like, Bitcoin is the reserve asset of the world. I believe that. You believe that. That's what unites us.
I actively, you go back to, videos from maybe 2018, kind of like we're agnostic about all cryptocurrencies, but probably from the capitulation of Bitcoin for the past year plus, and kind of like figuring out, guys, it's Bitcoin. And then other than that, money flows in and out.
Yeah, I mean, it's so exciting, and
it is exciting.
And percentage gains. There'll always be an altcoin that pumps harder than Bitcoin on any given day.
Because they're liquid, right?
And that's great. But because they're liquid, right? But no matter what, there's going to be assets that have value and hold value, and there will be a plethora of them. Just like there are many websites that hold value. There's not just one valuable website.
Pets.com.
Pets.com.
Oh, right.
There are terrible websites that no one visits, and there are amazing websites like Facebook that are trillion-dollar operations, right? And so you have to understand that that's the same with cryptocurrencies. There are going to be your mainstays that hold insane value, and just because the other ones are comparatively shit, and that's, sorry, I keep demonetizing you.
We're probably already demonetized.
Yeah, okay,
It's not because I care about the money that we make for this live stream. It's that YouTube will suggest it to less people.
Okay. Well,
but it's we're already demonetized. Hey,
well, anyway, the point is that there will always be these sub-economies that hold value, these smaller worlds that do hold value. Doesn't mean that they're garbage. Doesn't mean they're certainly not Bitcoin. But you don't need to have a flat-out hatred for the other things, because there is progress. If you cast a blind eye to all of the progress going on, then you're essentially betting against too much intellectual capital being invested in these altcoin markets. I believe that there is a lot of excitement there, but as far as my money, I'm putting the vast majority in Bitcoin. But I still believe that there's a lot of excitement out of these other projects, like my own.
Any questions before we
I did ask, what are your final questions for Elliot? Feel free not to answer. They're what you expect.
No, we need you to answer, actually.
What are your personal favorite altcoins?
Oh my God.
A couple of people asked.
All right, well, I've never been asked this question before.
Yeah, exactly. This is like
not a single time.
But in 2020.
It depends what you mean. To develop on, to catch the recent DeFi pump.
They mean invest.
Yeah. Okay. It's really exciting what's happening on Ethereum, don't get me wrong. I'm not putting too much eggs in that basket because, like we've said, there's a lot of threats to Ethereum, but the investments into DeFi that have already been locked up there seem to have an exponential trajectory. That's pretty exciting. I think like the makers, the Ethereums, the Chainlink, and what they're doing with smart contract oracles, like really exciting stuff there. Definitely hold all those projects. Binance, I'm less bullish on than I was because of sort of the dip in the IEO market and a lot of the other hooks that they had. I still hold a little bit of that. I think what you're seeing with the banking coins, with JPM coin and other networks being built for bankers, I'm way less bullish on the XLM and the XRPs, right? I used to be super bullish on those coins, and now I'm very much so less because the banks have reacted. The banks are taking action, and I don't believe that XLM and XRP are going to sign up all the banks. I think the banks are going to sign themselves up.
I've never believed that for XRP.
And
hardly even knew what XLM did, but
not to toot my own horn, but I believe that we need a smart product, a product that is just people come to for the pure experience of the product. And I believe that a game is the perfect way to introduce people to a new thing. When you play a game, you learn, right?
And this game is going to be using with Bitcoin or Tron or anything, it'll bring people in.
So we're running our assets on Tron. There's an in-game currency that is native to the game itself, right? But at the same time, the actual trading, we may in the future allow you to sell and trade your assets for the coins that you want. We haven't decided that right now, but at the same time, I believe that Evo, the coin that I'm running, is going to have a tremendous future, and that's based on the product itself.
Elliot, where can people follow you? Elliot Trades?
Please check me out, FUD TV, FUD TV official on YouTube. And yeah, guys, as usual, I'm very grateful to the Altcoin Daily audience. I think you guys have an amazing community here, and you have two amazing content creators.
And you as well.
You guys create amazing content, and you always excite me when I watch your videos.
Oh, wow.
And we need that. We need that excitement. We need that emotion.
I'm single-handedly spearheading this bull run, people.
This is what it is. You guys are looking at it right here. So
thank
you guys so much.
I had one final question for you. this was something you were telling me off mic before we turned this on. You said, Aaron, I don't think a woman can be president. What did you mean by that? Just kidding. All right, thanks, Elliot.
Good one.
Just kidding.
Okay, cheers, guys. Cheers, guys. Yeah.
Should we wrap it up?
No, let's get somebody else.
Or should we wrap it up?
Irene, do you have... I don't know. No, I wanted to talk to other people.
Okay, so this guy is in from Turkey. What is your name?
Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Aaron.
Aaron for hello.
All right, Aaron.
Aaron. Yeah, Aaron.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Austin. Aaron took a little break. This is me. And Aaron is in from Turkey. And describe to our audience, how are you involved in crypto and how you came to be in Los Angeles right now?
Thanks so much for having me. Yeah, my name's Aaron. I run a leading blockchain PR agency called EAK Digital. And we are launching the first ever Istanbul Blockchain Week this April, April 6th to April 10th. I'm half Turkish.
Anybody's invited?
Of course, anybody's invited. Yeah, open gate. We've actually been seeing an amazing uptake of cryptocurrencies and blockchain in Turkey, both from government and from local communities and local people. And there's been some amazing reports and figures right now, which I'm happy to share with you.
Please, you were telling me that 20% of Turkish people use or just invest in crypto? Or
I've used or owned cryptocurrencies in some form.
20%?
Yes, that's higher than any other nation on that statistic, which included many South America, Europe,
Venezuela.
US. Yeah, I think Venezuela was second. I think it was at 18. I'll share it with you. If you put it in your description, I can send you the report maybe after this.
Please.
Also.
And why is that for Turkey?
Okay, yeah. So, Turkey's had a lot of political problems in the last 4 or 5 years. They had the failed coup attempt that happened, and then they also had high volatility in their currency. They had American sanctions that sank it even more, and people were hedging into Bitcoin as store of value. And ultimately, also Turkey has a very big gaming population. So people are used to like buying and selling tokens. And
what games do they like? Ooh, Grand Theft Auto.
Well, potentially. I'm not sure exactly which games, to be honest.
Mario.
Maybe.
All right. I'm not a big gamer, but I know the basics.
But
Halo or...
Yeah, maybe. There was a big debt crisis in Turkey. There was 25% inflation as recently as October 2018. Which is huge. Youth unemployment is at 27%, which is massive. And this is one of the big reasons why I'm putting on this event. I've been, like I said, running my PR agency for 3 years now, and I was thinking, how can I give back to my heritage? Because UK doesn't need a blockchain week. These developed worlds, in my opinion, don't necessarily need them. We need to help into those second or third world countries where we can actually make a difference. So I thought, hang on. If I can use my network of existing clients or influencers like yourselves, or people that actually can make a difference, supporting this growth, then forget about the money situation. This is something I really believe in and want to help. So like I said, we're bringing some of the big names down. That we've got Roger Ver coming, we've got Da Hong Fei from Neo coming.
Where do you stand on the Bitcoin versus Bcash debate? Can both exist? Do you primarily like one or the other?
No, look, I don't believe in tribalism in any form or maximalism. I don't feel like it's necessary. I feel like the space is too small to have so many warring factions. I don't feel like it's pushing the space forward. And people can say what they want about Bitcoin Cash and Roger Ver, but ultimately he has been one of the main investors in the whole space and still continues to invest in projects today, and I respect him for that. Ultimately, Bitcoin Cash, they have bigger blocks. They allow, cheaper transactions. Right now, it is cheaper and easier, in my opinion, to use Bitcoin Cash than Bitcoin. That's not to say that I prefer Bitcoin Cash, because Bitcoin has its own, use cases, and that's fine. And I'm sure Bitcoin will become as scalable as Bitcoin Cash with Lightning Network, etc. in the future.
Right.
But right now, look, ultimately both teams are driving cryptocurrency adoption, and I applaud them for that.
I guess, and we don't have to go deep in this, but nobody questions Bcash's scalability. It's the collusion of adding the miner tax. I don't know if you heard about that a couple of weeks ago, how easy that is. Sort of a little red flag. Should money be that easy to change?
It shouldn't be. It sounds like centralized if somebody can do that, right?
Right.
But ultimately, it's their decision, and they will live and die by their decisions, right? If they make that decision, then people stop using Bitcoin Cash, or they start moving to other various different currencies that are out there. Then that's up to them, and they'll feel the effects of that. But
And I'm all about the experiment. You know, let's try them out.
yeah,
Let's see what hits.
yeah. But honestly, like within Turkey, like Roger Ver is like big name. Like they're excited to see him. Like,
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
for
he's a
sure.
big name in the States as well
But as
for
in, like,
crypto.
they were really excited for him to come. I mean, Turkey haven't had that many big names come from crypto into Turkey. But only I think CZ came in 2018 and he's hopefully, you know, be joining us, you know, hopefully in Istanbul. But like, yeah, you know, now that we've seen like Binance, Wabi, and big exchanges coming to Turkey, because the volume of trading in Turkey is really high. The majority of our sponsors are most likely going to be exchanges.
Really?
Yeah, or like market makers to do with trading. So yeah, we've got Roger Ver coming, Jimmy Song's coming down just to equal out the Bitcoin
Hey,
Cash.
I'm a fan of Jimmy.
I mean, look, I really want them to do a debate in round 2.
I would love that.
We'll see how it goes, but you know, we'll try and make it happen.
You know, some people don't like the debate aspect. Any discussion is good. It's like
Yeah.
we should promote that discussion.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, how long are you in Los Angeles for?
Actually, I'm leaving on Tuesday.
Okay.
I've been in town for the last 5 weeks. I come to LA a lot.
Okay.
Great lifestyle, you know, great weather, and from London it's too cold in January, so yeah, just came here to hang out and see some of my friends, and yeah, work with a few projects here. So
Oh, really? Like what?
Elixir.
And what do you PR?
Yeah, we've been helping them out here and there with their PR, with David, also with Akon.
Acoin.
Yeah,
What is that?
Akon's new project.
Oh, Akon.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got a new project called
Yes.
Akon.
Okay. Yes, I
was
forgot.
actually at their-
I forgot the name of the coin, but I know the project.
Yeah, so we're going to be working with them as well, helping them out with their PR and marketing. So I was literally there today with the team. It was really cool.
That's big. I mean, he's helping. What is the town that ate? You want to do the chat?
Akon City.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, in Senegal. Yeah, so he was given the exclusive rights. I can't remember exactly how much space it was, but it might be around 2,000 kilometers of some kind. But don't hold me to that, just join the team. But yeah, so he was provided that by Senegal to create Akon City, which will be like the most futuristic modern city within Africa, and help, you know, everyone there can use Akon as a means of exchange.
What is your personal favorite Akon song?
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful. It's a good one.
But that's the one.
Yeah.
I've been having it on the last couple of weeks. So I knew that meeting was coming, so.
Do we want to get one more guest and we'll wrap this up? Let's wrap it
Yeah,
up.
we should wrap it up. We've been going
This
for
is
a
the
long
last,
time.
last person, or you want to get one more?
Yeah, I'm good to end it. I mean, what does the chat think? I mean, we're ending on a great guess. I don't know how we can do it better.
But we've been going a long time.
Yeah, I
How
think,
long have we been going?
guys, I don't know. But guys, final 5 minutes. Questions about doing PR for crypto. I guess what sort of PR are you doing with Akon's Akon?
Well, this guy works for Akon.
PR group. I mean, he works with a lot of companies.
No, Decrypt. Didn't somebody just write an article about how that isn't like going to be successful? Wasn't there a hater in Decrypt recently?
Listen, like within the media space, there's always going to be, you know, two sides to every story.
Well, what they said was this was the, of course, I'm not giving them any clout or whatever, but what they said specifically, I think, was the particular area that Akon's trying to build the city is not as built out for tech, and it would be an uphill battle or something like that.
Sure, but I believe the city is not going to happen at least until 2030 or 2035. So give us some time.
Right.
Like we know Africa has got the most exponential growth of 5G mobile phones, smartphones,
Yeah,
and
feel free to
Akon.
talk here. Well,
Oh, sorry, yeah, and
listen,
Akon's
you're not
going to
here
be.
face me, though.
And Akon's obviously is a DApp ecosystem within a mobile phone. So, you know, obviously also Africa has, I believe, the youngest population. Over 60% of people are under 25. So, you know, the potential in Africa is huge. And if Akon is using his, you know, experience, visionary, and influence to help that prosper, whether it's through Akon or through digital currency, all good for him. You know, he could just be sitting there, you know, counting his cash, but he's not doing that. He's trying to inspire the whole nation, and I respect him for that, and I hope to help him with that.
Our viewers are wondering, where can they buy a coin? It's just going to be for that region, correct? Or is it going to be?
No,
Does Acorn have a fixed supply, or like what's the monetary policy on Acorn?
okay, so this will all be released soon. Akon will be speaking at some major conferences in the next couple of months, and he'll be telling you more details on that. So you don't have to be in Africa. Anyone can invest in Akon.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, if you believe in Africa as a nation of potential for cryptocurrency, then you should definitely check out Akon.
All right.
Let's end this. The internet connection's unstable. I think.
We'll definitely cover it on the channel. Altcoin Daily community. Hey, where can our audience find you?
So it's eakdigital.com is our PR agency, and also www.istanbulblockchainweek.com. Check it out. Got some great speakers. We'd love to welcome you all to Istanbul.
Great final guest, guys. Cheers to you. Appreciate you joining us.
Anybody who wants to is still listening right now and who wants to timestamp this video, feel free to leave your Bitcoin or crypto address underneath. I'm not sending you any Bitcoin, but maybe somebody will for timestamping. I don't know.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, man.
Dude, pleasure.
Yeah.
Glad Elliot introduced us.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I'm